Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 Classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back for some more ECAC SSBU Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A lot of letters and a lot of fun. I am Septilence, joined by Miles, and we are going to be bringing you what we can only hope is going to be a fantastic game. Before we jump into that, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody for waiting. Well, we got some technical problems figured out. Hopefully, they are all long gone. We're going to be jumping into things. All right, all that's out of the way. Miles, how you feel, my friend?
Oh, I am feeling fantastic. We got 2 kind of middle-of-the-pack teams, and these are the kind of teams that you gotta keep an eye on because they can always make a run. Like those 5-4, 4-4 teams, you never know. They had Thanksgiving break to practice, to go over the VODs, to get ready, and now they're looking to make a run through the final playoff bracket. It's Randolph-Macon College taking on Southern Connecticut State University.
Yeah, these are going to be 2 schools. I like what you said. They're kind of middle of the road. They're definitely not doing great, but they're not doing poorly by any means either, right? They're definitely fighting for their spot in the center of the pack, trying to fight their way up to the top, and they've made it decently far, right? We are slowly but surely nearing the end of our journey, and they are both fighting tooth and nail to make sure they make it to the very end. We talked about this a little bit. I'll let you delve into it before we jump into this a little more, though, is these teams, the characters they're willing to bring out today are different is the word I'm going to use.
Yeah, well, Randolph-Macon, we don't know exactly who is who, but they gave us the list, and it spans the likes of top tiers like Lucina, you got mid tiers like Piranha Plant, and then DK's on there. Everyone's got a pocket DK, Sep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know there's a Min-Min in the mix as well. So there's a Corin in there somewhere. They sent us a lot of characters. So I would suspect you'd be seeing a lot from Randolph-Macon here. We saw a little bit from the other side as well, but they told us exactly who plays who. We won't spoil anything or give any information away here, but these characters are a little bit more top tier. These are the ones that you expect to see at the top of the roster, a little more consistently played. So Southern Connecticut, they're coming in with what we can call a meta advantage. Now, it really comes down to, of course, those fundies, right? That fundamentals that these people need to be bringing to the table to see, it doesn't matter how good the character is if you don't know how to play them. So the fundamentals here are going to be what separates these teams tonight.
Yeah, and the thing you've got to look out for when you're playing these top tiers is how good your autopilot is. Because that's what these players... I'm not saying these characters play the game for you. Far from it. But these characters, what they let you do is if you are being hit with a different set of tricks, a carnival that you're not prepared for, you can take a step back and you can play your own game, and the mid-tiers can't really do anything about it.
Right.
Like, if Palutena just decides to start spacing back air and pushing side B until, well, you run out of projectile, what are you going to do? Like, legitimately. There's not a lot you can do. And that's what these top-tier characters are banking on as we're going into the game now. To get a look at who we're starting out with, it's going to be the Plant versus the Wolf.
Yeah, it's going to be Tundra versus Ilish here. I'm super excited to see what Tundra brings to the table on one of my favorite characters in the game, Piranha Plants. One we don't see very often. It looks like we're going to be jumping into the swing of things. Lincoln, you missed a Wolf here. Got to be super careful of that Patui. We saw the attempt with it already. That neutral beat making an appearance instead. It's going to be a close quarters game. I love what I'm seeing already from Tundra. Oh, misses that secondary Patui, though, and still going to be in that percent disadvantage.
And you can see immediate control of the neutral by lasers. If you throw out a laggy option at range, you are going to get punished with a quick 8%. As right now, Randolph-Macon College kind of at a slight deficit as Ilish really lays on the pressure. Tundra going to be sent off stage, but... Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
That's an uppy on stage. The down... Oh! So little landing lag on that, and now you're going to get caught by the Patui.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay there, honestly, because the landing lag is definitely punishable, but somehow, I mean, we just saw they were not able to get quite where they wanted to. Ilish missed that, almost killed by the triple Patui, but was just able to break through that third one, 125 to 119, and stage control definitely in favor of Ilish right now. A perfect parry comes through onto that attack, and another Patui. Oh! Ilish jumps right into it, and remember, folks, the way this game is played, every stock is so unbelievably important. So for Ilish to tie things up right there is going to be great. Both players tied up 2-2.
Yeah, Ilish was doing a really great job at keeping Tundra at bay for the entire beginning of the set, and you can see they're doing that now. At the low percents, they make it impossible for Piranha Plant to find value, but then when they were fishing for the kill Septilance, that's when things started to go downhill.
Yeah. 100%. You've got to be careful going for those kill confirms, especially with the character as, I will say, inconsistent as Piranha Plant. If you don't know how to play it, if you're not able to utilize that Nair, like we've seen a couple of times from Tundra, it's really difficult to find kill confirms. And I've got to say, Tundra becoming a little bit predictable. I feel like we've seen Patui well over 20 times already.
But speaking of predictable, I've seen that Patui read rolls twice now. I mean, when you throw out one move as many times as that, you've got to be well-versed in how to use it. And they're covering the roll distance perfectly. As you can see, once again, Ilish had such a massive advantage. And then when it came time to find the kill Septilance, that's when Tundra found their mileage.
Yeah, 100%. Piranha Plant, I mean, deviously strong, especially that Patui can take you out at a much lower percent than one may consider. I really like the engagement options here that Tundra's utilizing. The Patui is to cover the higher approach, and then they can just storm in, usually finding that Nair. I want to see Ilish maybe turn this around a little bit, play a little bit more of a spacing game. You talked about the impact those Wolf lasers can have, and we haven't seen them since the first 3 seconds of the game.
And I honestly don't hate the use of them at high percent. Sure, they're not going to kill,
right?
But if they had kept using those lasers, that back air would have killed. You've got to set yourself up for victory, and it feels like Ilish, they just want this one kill move. They just want the opportunity to get the kill, but instead they're grabbed.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best there, Killer Mouse. Every percent counts, and those lasers can really rack up some extra damage. We see Tundra going for a late Patui there, trying to catch off a little bit of anger from Ilish, but Ilish is going to find that second kill confirm. Some great progress already. Let's see who's going to be able to take the final stock. Ilish already at 102. Patui going to get a little bit overzealous off to the side there. And we see them going for the attempted shine, but it's become predictable to where Tundra can just toss these Patuis and read them like a book. Instead, it's going to be the up smash there that is able to take out Ilish. And Tundra, even by a single stock, is going to be able to walk away with that game one.
Yeah, and that's pretty big right there. Is Tundra now, well, based on how they were playing, on how long Piranha Plant sticks it out, on how heavy they are, Piranha Plant, I feel like, has a very good shot at, I mean, just getting another stock off the board just because of how long they live.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Piranha Plant not only deviously strong, but deviously heavy as well. You know, definitely not nowhere near one of the heaviest in the game, but heavier than one may traditionally expect. And I want to see this Piranha Plant now. Of course, you've got one stock. We're not expecting a 3 stock here, but finding even a single stock keeps your team in the lead. So that is officially Tundra's win condition. It's just find a kill. Just find one stock. And if you land 3 Patuis, you've pretty much got it in the bag.
And the thing I'm looking out for, because I really feel like ground game is the answer, because Tundra just had complete and utter domination of the air. I mean, it was like an aerial blitz up there. Every single time Ilish went for a full hop, it was game over. They just got shot out of the sky.
Yeah, Ilish definitely got their wings clipped quite a few times by the Patui in particular, which we saw that move. I mean, I felt like I was watching a nest. The amount of Patuis we saw was basically the PK fire of that round. But, I mean, just, if it ain't broke, right? A lot of damage done. And like you said, Ilish fell for it every time. Some great roll reads in the middle there as well. Really was able to keep them above and, you know, keep their head above the water, so to speak. And now we're going to be seeing, I believe, Caleb making an appearance. And Caleb is going to be another top tier player. But we saw that already hasn't worked out once. Maybe things work out a little bit better for Caleb here in round 2.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it too much, but I think they're following my advice, sticking to the grounded game.
Sure hope
These
so.
characters, some of the best tilts in the entire game, and if you're using that to great effectiveness, plus these characters are very fast. Some more than others, but if you're able to get in there and while the Patui is out and get a throw in, throws in Smash Ultimate, when you execute them, you actually have a little bit of invincibility.
Yeah.
So you can just get straight through the Patui. It'll fall down and bounce off you like nothing.
Yeah, and we saw a lot in the last game, the Wolf trying to constantly reflect the Patui over and over and over. We may see an attempt at something like that. Again, a projectile blocking ability is going to be on the table for at least one of the characters we may see, but let's see if they're going to be able to pick. It's a toss-up. If I read that correctly, there's 2 characters we're going to be seeing, technically 3, wink, wink, and we're going to be keeping an eye out on which one makes an appearance here. I think they're both going to be good options against the Piranha Plant, especially with a 2-stock guaranteed advantage. But, you know, we've seen crazier things than a Piranha Plant 3-stock, right? So it's definitely on the table.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I mean, I think you know a little bit more about this character than I do. How do you feel about Piranha Plant's edge guarding ability? Because both of these characters, they tend to struggle a little bit off the stage.
Yeah, certainly so. And Piranha Plant, I think, has a really good ledge coverage option, but it's not a kill confirm. It's that side B, it's that poison, whatever you choose to call it. It racks up a lot of damage quickly, 0 knockback. It's not like it's going to go sending you off the stage, so maybe you get that into a forward smash or a forward tilt, or if you space correctly at Patui, but those are all hard things to set up, and you have to do them very quickly, and you have to do them right the first time. So it's going to come down, again, to what we talked about at the beginning, those mechanics, the attempt this player is going to make, because if you fail it once, you've given away your entire playbook, because that is kind of Piranha Plant's most consistent kill confirm, is spamming poison on ledge and then going for either a down B in the poison or a Patui off stage. We're going to have to see if they make that appearance or if it's going to be kind of that consistent, I almost want to call it consistent inconsistency, the way that Piranha Plant was played. The only thing we saw that was consistent was the Patui. Everything else felt very sporadic. There was random recoveries in there. There was random attempts at a back air, but Piranha Plant versus Palutena, a lot of P's on the table. Let's see who's going to be able to walk away with this aggression, who's going to be able to walk away with this RMC. They're staring a loss in the face. They're walking into this 3-1 in terms of stock. Small battlefield, the map of choice.
Yeah, Palutena, a lot of tools to make Piranha Plant sweat, and well, the way that Tundra was playing it, they were almost like a perpetual Palutena up smash, just a beam of light. The up smashes, the Patuis, it was just a danger zone being vertically above them. So if you're able to avoid that, use these platform cancels to move around. I got a good feeling about Valk.
They got really lucky that they were able to shield up Patui because the end lag, the lingering hitbox, that's the word I'm looking for, is insane. It's a full like 2 or 3 seconds, but the triple up air now coming out from Valk is already racked up 51%. This is very reminiscent of what that last game looked like, and it's even more so. We see a Tundra coming out hot, able to find 69% on the clock, but they've got to find that kill confirm. They've only got 1 stock on the table, and if Valk takes the 1 without losing any of their own, it's going to be a guaranteed tie-up here moving into the next round.
And now you've got Piranha Plant on the ledge. They're looking for the reflect on this. A lot of good tools are here. The super armor is going to prevent a lot of it. But you remember what I was saying about just use your projectile if Plant can punish it? Now you're getting closer and closer to a kill confirm. That invincible back air sending them off.
Yeah, that back air, just disgusting every time I see it. And I love the utilization. I'm not even sure that was intentional there to steal the knockback and trade it out a little bit. Going to go for another down beat and attempts to stay alive. Goes for the recovery onto stage, gets 2 frames by Palutena. You hate to see it, but right up into the explosive flame. 94% is not enough to clip this Palutena's wings yet. Valk going to do just enough to keep things tied up 2-2, 3 stocks on both sides.
Yeah, I got a little bit scared, a little bit sweaty when I saw Palutena Valk land in an up smash twice in a row. It felt like they were not respecting the same space that, well, lost them the last match, but then they brought it back instantly.
Yeah.
They remembered how to play their game and play it well, making them uncomfortable with auto reticles, pressuring Tundra to approach, and then as soon as they did, they went, hey, I'm Palutena.
Oh yeah, I'm Palutena. I definitely Palutena had some great spacing there, and you asked for it. We got exactly what you wanted. Just use your projectiles a little bit more, and that went a really long way. Even the kill confirm being that auto reticle. So definitely a great showing, from Caleb. Now we're gonna have another player though from RMC. We're gonna have to see what they bring to the table. I mean, I'm curious. What do you think? We've got an insane character roster that they have sent us. Which one of these characters do you think is going to be making an appearance?
Oh, Sept. I don't even want to speculate. I mean, if I was going to be logical, I would say, oh, you'd put in the Lucina. But, well, I don't really know if that's the best option. Honestly, I think something like a Roy with an even stronger... Like, Roy is one of the only characters in the game that can contest Palutena on the ground just because of sure burst options, the mix-ups. Because Palutena, she's got really safe moves and really big moves, but they're not the kind of moves that you can just throw out. Like, they do have lag on them.
Yeah.
Well, they have lag putting them out there. If you can beat them out, stuff them out before they even appear, like Roy can... I feel like you have a little bit of an edge. You can make Palutena uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, Palutena, she is certainly no Pikachu or Young Link where you can just spam projectiles before your opponent can even breathe, but her projectiles definitely are on the quicker side. Like you said, if the Roy can get in, just punch that glass cannon square in the face, would really do some damage. We're going to have to see if the Roy makes an appearance. I like what you said there. I think that's a great point as well, but Roy, not notorious for his offstage game, and that's where Palutena can really find a lot of her kills, is just throw you off stage, auto reticle. Roy is certainly not recovering from that, so we're going to have to see if we go for a bit of a combo game. We might see the Nair Train make an appearance as well, but it all comes down to if the Roy is the pick. There's a lot of characters that can make an appearance here.
And I feel like, well, in general, Valk is going to have a good matchup, not just because of their character, because of their playstyle. Did you see their coverage? It was constant hitboxes, and they would go for the down tilt, and then immediately cover ledge with Explosive Flame, and then jump up to cover the jump. I mean, no room for breathing, and constantly swinging like that, it can be punished, but I feel like having an option out there at this level is a lot of the time better than trying to read exactly what your opponent's going to do. Just cover everything if you can. Like, why would you try and just read it?
Yeah, it's why would you try to read it, right? Just trust your gut. Don't go too hard for reads. That can send you down a dark path. But now it's going to be a min actually. So everything we said about Roy, if you guys at home could just pretend we didn't, we're going to be jumping into an entirely different matchup here. This is going to be interesting. Min, I mean, arguably the best stage coverage in the game.
Yeah, and they had counterpick. Are they going to go somewhere small? No,
PS2.
And this is honestly pretty bad. I mean, Explosive Flame is your best tool right here. Pop them up, try and combo into an air. At mid-percents, Explosive Flame a little bit better of a combo tool, but look at this. Using that invincible dash attack to close the distance now. And, well, the thing about Min, very bad when they're being juggled.
Yeah.
You know what Palutena has? That up air.
Yeah, we were definitely seeing that already. Gwen trying to play these platforms, but then the one thing you don't want to do is get above a Palutena. That is when she thrives, is when she's able to juggle her opponent. Gwen not quite able to find that read either. Valk, 71% already on the docket. Things starting super strong for RMC with a one-round win, or one stock win, excuse me. Things are now tied up 2-2, and Valk has just barely secured the lead for SCSU. However, 3 stocks on board, there's plenty of time for this to go either way. I mean, as soon as Gwen finds their footing here, that can make a huge difference.
And like I said, option coverage, but they're not overextending. Just short hops right now from Valk. Never jumping too high into the Nair range, and yet they still get clipped by it occasionally. You can see, though, how hesitant Gwen is to throw out the arms. They're playing this more like a grappler. They're closing the distance with Nairs and then comboing with up air. That's not what Min does.
Yeah, Min not notorious for her grappling combos, if you will. Definitely a unique choice to make, but one that may work out. Able to find that first kill, blinking, missing. I believe that was a forward tilt. I didn't catch it, but either way, the kill is a kill nonetheless. It's going to be Gwen able to find that first stock, however, already at 100%. It's going to be difficult to find much more of a lead.
And what Valk is leaning on so hard is this invincible dash attack. You saw them armor through a couple of forward smashes, a couple of forward tilts. The issue was those Septilants that Gwen is just throwing them out preemptively, and even though they will find that stock, they need to find a way in besides dash attack, otherwise Gwen is just going to keep preemptively swinging, and beating it.
I feel like I'm watching a Luigi player with the amount of dash attacks we've seen. I truly do, and he's got the funniest dash attack sound in the game. But that's unrelated to anything we're talking about right now. However, I think he's going to be tied up 2-2, 15% difference between the two right now, and that's already lowered, turned into a lead for Caleb here, or yeah, for Valk, excuse me. It's going to be SCSU just barely in the lead. 2 stocks on the board though, so a whole 6% is probably not going to make a difference. That Explosive Flame, however, going to rack up a couple additional percent. Could be the difference maker. Gwen really struggling to find these engagements, just these primary attacks, and it's giving Valk a lot of time to farm some extra damage.
And that extra damage has clawed them all the way back. They've more or less made this even after being at a stock deficit. And I mean, I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
They were able to find a way to make Gwen uncomfortable. Look at this. They're playing just pixels out of the Dragon Laser range. They have nothing to fear, and they can still pressure with Auto Reticle and Explosive Flame.
I can no longer hear Kilomiles. I'm not quite sure what happened, but...
Well?
Oh.
Well, am I audible again?
I believe you are.
Hello?
Welcome back, my friend.
Alright, well... Either way. I don't know where I cut off, but like I said, these juggles are good, but the downer is giving Min Min a way out.
Yeah, 100%. The downer has definitely been Min Min's way out, her open window, if you will, and we've got to see if there's going to be a bit of an advantage here just in terms of the fact that Min Min can reach so much further. However, okay, so a great example of reaching further. Gwen just barely able to tap Valk out of that engagement, out of that ledge guard. It's going to be a lot of damage coming in, though. Great grab out of shield into back throw. Pile driver not quite going to be able to do it yet, or just give me the suplex, I believe is what that's called. Either way, Gwen, I mean, 143 to 141, it's really going to come down to the next hit. And oh, no, not quite yet. Valk isn't going to be able to find that damage. However, they're both going low. Gwen gets to live, and Valk not far behind. This next hit has to be the last.
Yeah, I like the idea with the edge guarding, but you have a lingering hitbox. The best lingering hitbox in the game is you finish them off with the forward air. I think the Nair off stage can really interrupt Min Min's recovery, though.
100%. Speaking of an interrupted recovery, Valk isn't even going to get an attempt at a recovery of their own. 10% to 15. This has been neck and neck the entire time, and this is a reminder that every stock is wildly crucial. So whoever wins this only has a single stock, and then they're going to have to just, I mean, work with it, trying to find anything in that final or second to final round. However, they are really racking up this damage. I truly have no idea who's going to walk away with this one.
Yeah, this is a match that is being fought in inches, in single interactions, because they're kind of getting out of the combo and confirm range now. That Nair not going to combo in there. They're trying to find the answer, but look at this. Gwen is refusing to ever end up above Valk, and because of that, they're more or less safe from the juggles.
Oh. A great attempt at a read there from Gwen. And like you said, we saw that mistake right at the beginning. Gwen hasn't made it since. They have kept themselves on the equal or low ground going up against this Palutena, because that is when Palutena thrives. She is just an absolute powerhouse when you get right above her. And 104 to 68, but I mean, Min Min can really pack a punch, pun fully intended. So let's see if she's going to be able to find anything. However, the Explosive Flame off the side of the stage is really going to hurt. Gwen's got a great recovery here in the form of Min Min. Shield into grab, probably into the suplex. There it is, but not nearly high enough damage. You've got to go for the punch, and she misses it. This Min Min is going to coming down to that last hit, 126 to 102. And it looks like Valk has put themselves back in the driver's seat. The Dragon Punch is going to be able to find them, knock them back. Almost misses the recovery, but going to be able to auto hands back onto Magnet hands, excuse me. 138 to 115. Is this the end for Gwen?
Dead even, but they get the downer past the Explosive Flame. Now they have a second lease on life. Sitting on the ledge, they're going to jump right above that down smash. This is do or die right now. Any move from Palutena will kill. I think Jab might even set.
And that's what a terrifying consideration. Jab might kill, but now 137 to 150. We are last stock, last hit scenario for one of these teams to walk away with a lead. The auto reticle's gonna miss. Gwen getting a little bit too close for comfort, but Valk gonna miss every move. The arm comes through. We don't even see her fly away. Valk disintegrated before our very eyes. Gwen just barely walking away with the skin of their teeth. RMC remaining in the lead.
Yeah, and that is huge right there. After Palutena seemed to have the advantage right out the gate, you're able to bring it all the way back, and RMC is showing that even though it's close, even though they're going to keep things steady, they're always going to find their way to claw through. And I feel like, in a way, that says more than even a dominant victory.
Yeah, 100%.
Because, like, you know, when you lose a set and you feel like you can win it, oh, that hurts so much more. It's so hard to get back into it, but you've got that second crew battle to look forward to. It's not anywhere near over yet, though. We've seen more one-sided things come out, and, well, we still have the anchor to deal with. And I'm curious on who that's going to be for Southern Connecticut State University.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, we're going to get to see both anchors, right? Only one stock going to be able to jump into this next match with from Gwen, so we're going to be seeing one anchor most likely directly into another unless Gwen gives us just the 3 stock of an absolute lifetime. But either way, I'm glad that we're getting to see so many players like I always talk about. The one thing that I kind of have a problem with in this crew battle format is we don't always get to see all of the players. I'm glad that's happening today. I'm glad we're getting to see all the players and everybody is getting to make an appearance, at least a little bit.
Yeah, just a smidgen, as we're taking a look at who is coming up next. I mean, in general, I think almost anything is a good matchup, but if you're only playing for the minimum matchup, it's going to be a little bit... Min Min is such a weird character. 100%. I'll be real. You can't play just to beat the Min Min because you don't know what is still up their sleeve. Oh, all right. Well, good option coverage right there.
Yeah, definitely some good option coverage. You can try to zone out Min Min, but again, she's got some of the best coverage in the game. You can neutral B a lot. You can jolt tackle to kind of see what you get to happen. Maybe a little bit of side B here, but if you side B in and then you meet a fish, Pikachu's going to lose that engagement pretty much every time. But, oh, man, and my heart stops every time I see somebody dive off stage like that. I always forget that they're supposed to be doing that. But now, 3-1 stock. Jumping into this, Gwen, I mean, the world on their shoulders, able to find some early percentages onto this Pikachu. She's taking some damage early on, going to be able to recover back in, find some damage once again onto Gwen. It's going to be Rhett finally making an appearance. It is just going to be, I mean, neck and neck already, 27-27.
Oh, and they went for it all right there. Goes for the forward air, drag down off stage. Not going to connect, but Rhett wants this over, and they want it over quickly. Trying to control the ground game right now, forcing Rhett onto the platform, and this is honestly a very strange counter pick. Zoners do so well on Smashville because of the stationary platform, but if you're going to be caught on the edge, you can't even use that platform.
Right, and that might be the hardest part, is you can't use that platform to engage or to approach or to do anything of the sort. We're going to see Red go for a little bit of a down B there, trying to catch out the recovery, I believe. Instead, nothing making an appearance quite yet. Let's see what's going to be able to be done. RMC's, going to find some great value already. And that may be the stock. Okay, no, I thought they were going to go a little bit further with that side B and they were going to get stuck underneath. However, this, I mean, Min Min doing a great job so far, just catching Pikachu every single time they hit the stage.
Yeah, it's the 1-2 combo. They delay the second hit just enough that Rhett feels like they can drop shield, but dropping a little too low there.
And dropping a little too low can be just enough to send you into the Shadow Realm and lose that first stock. So this Min Min, I mean, already worth their weight in gold, able to find that one stock, guaranteeing their team an additional stock rate, 1 stock advantage, moving into the final round of game 1, if you will. However, things looking a little bit bleak. Gwen trying to make that appearance early on for RMC. She finds the elimination and was able to run with it, but I would love to see her find, whoa! Oh, never mind, we're not going to see her find anything, as is going to be Rhett with a 2-stock win. Honestly, as expected, but I'm stoked that Gwen was able to find that first stock.
Yeah, after how Rhett was controlling the ground game in the initial stages of that, I honestly was feeling it for the Rat. I thought Pikachu was going to clean it up house, but in the end, it was the ledge trapping that really, really sealed the deal. It's a different style, a different flavor than any other character really puts out. Like, who can put out 2 smash attacks in that low of a time frame?
Yeah.
It's no wonder that you're being caught by it if you're not ready for it, especially online.
Yeah, not only with that low of a time frame, but from such a distance with such power as well. I mean, it is truly a trifecta of a move. It is long range, it is fast, and it is going to pack a serious punch on you, so that is definitely going to hurt down the line. Red, in this Pikachu form, was able to win the round. I mean, wins the battle, might win the war. It's going to come down to a 1-stock disadvantage against whatever player here is brought to the table.
Yeah, and that 1 stock is crucial. You can play for trades. You can go for that crazy spike off stage and put them at last stock because you're already a stock ahead. And if you're just flat out beating them regardless, I mean, this is not an unwinnable situation.
Absolutely.
It's far from it. But having a 1-stock advantage just gives you so much leeway. It makes literally any matchup in the game winnable.
Yep.
Like, it's true.
Also, to be playing Pikachu, one of few characters that is almost unarguably S tier, right? One of the top dogs of Smash Ultimate, at least in its current standing, is going to give you, of course, that natural advantage. And this week seems to be the stream of fundamentals. I feel like we've talked about that a lot, but if you have the basic fundamentals of a Pikachu player, we've seen that Rhett clearly does, that's really going to give them an advantage. However, if this third and final player on the side of RMC is some kind of one trick, some kind of specialist, and they know this character like the back of their hand, you kind of lose that fundamentals advantage. It's going to come down again to just that natural player and how well they can. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. I did not expect a Sephiroth lock-in here.
I don't know. I mean, Pikachu definitely wins this matchup. Controlling the ground game is very important because forcing Sephiroth in the air, I mean, Sephiroth wants to be in the air, obviously, but if you're always there, then you're going to get caught by an up air. You can get caught by chains. Kalos, also very good for Pikachu. Able to send the Thunder Jolts up the side of the stage and getting very good kill confirms on those side platforms. It's good, but maybe you're going to need a little more than good as you're already at such a deficit. 38%.
Yeah, you're going to need much more than good. You are going to need damn near flawless, quite honestly. We're going to need to see a lot of great value coming out from Red here, who's already at 60%, only able to find 20 in that same amount of time. Oh, and it's going to catch! It almost kills! 100% now being kissed goodbye. Some great... okay, I thought they were going to stall on stage a little bit too long, but no, they are going to be able to find that recovery, that up B, making a huge difference. But Pikachu weighs what? I mean, 5 pounds, and Camus Lemon has taken absolute advantage. That goes for the spike, not able to land it, but still just in an unbelievably powerful position here for RMC.
Yeah, and right away you can see the issue right now. One Wing hasn't even come into play yet, Sephiroth's comeback factor. And they try to go for an early kill confirm with Rage, it might have done it, but the correct DI right there, honestly, it looks like Camus Lemon just came prepared, and they're able to try and use these Thunder Jolts to aid the recovery, but it's not enough. The forward tilt just slices right through the lightning.
See, this is what I was worried about when I said I didn't expect a Sephiroth pick, is Pikachu's good at engaging, but you can't get close, and a lot of Pikachus really like to. They like to utilize those nairs to find some great combos. They like to utilize the down air as well, but right now, I mean, it is Camus Lemon just using that 6-foot blade in every possible advantage that they can. They found an additional 23% already on Tourette. And even if they lose this first stock, which they will, there's still a full stock in the lead.
Yeah, and that, I mean, in my mind, there is stuff Pikachu can do, and it all starts with the back air. The back air chains, the edge guarding, that is where Pikachu gets their massive mileage, but they've read a low recovery, and now they're in disadvantage.
Yeah, the back air from Pikachu is I would argue, a slightly underrated move. Goes for the Pikachu, not the Pikachu, I don't know what I'm saying. Goes for the ability there, trying to catch them off stage, not able to find it yet, up to 88%, and almost like Palutena, perhaps not as bad, but you don't really want to hang out above a Sephiroth with the kind of reach he has. It's very difficult to get anything done from above him, and 118 now. I'm surprised that Camus Lemon doesn't go for the spike, instead chooses to play a little bit slower. Another spike going to be missed out there, the forward smash not able to land. Side B isn't going to be able to find a purchase either. However, it's going to come down to this next hit. Camus Lemon at 80%, but still a full stock in the lead. A full rage Pikachu. Wow, almost just tapped goodbye. Going to find out with the forward air there. RMC's Camus Lemon will guarantee the first game victory there for RMC.
Yeah, Shish Kebab's Rhett to finish off the game. Straight on through the Pikachu. And, I mean, you don't usually edgeguard Pikachu, but when you have a character at ledge as often as that Pikachu was, as Rhett was, you get a hang of their habits.
Yeah.
You see what they do over and over again. And if you never punish those habits, you can save that punish for the last stock. When you need it the most, you throw down the forward air. You throw out that lingering hitbox, and you snipe the rat out of the sky.
100%. Well, I want to ask Tomas. I know I've talked about this with Ravish. I don't remember if I've talked about this with you. So your anchors have made an appearance, right? Everybody knows you don't have any wild cards in your pocket anymore. Do you shuffle the order? Do you move the anchor to the top of the ladder to take out as much as they can before the end of this, or do you keep them where they are to be a different kind of cleanup crew and kind of pick up where the teammates may have fallen short?
I honestly think you keep the anchors, specifically because how this all went. Now, I feel a little bit for Red. Red is where I feel a little bit shaky, but in general, I feel like all of those were last hit, last stock, and you don't want to shuffle it up. You just got the experience, and obviously they got experience beating you, but you learn more from losing than you do for winning.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. I think occasionally it's okay to move the anchor to the top and kind of keep the momentum moving forward. But the way this game in particular has been played, you hit the nail right on the head, is that the momentum is definitely in favor. It was last stock, last hit every single time. So to change something now might ruin that synergy. It might walk you into a 3 stock. You found out how to play against one of these players. 2 more can be complete and total wild cards. There's also a lot of characters we haven't seen yet. I don't believe they have to play the same characters in both games, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of swaps here and there. I would love to see the Donkey Kong that we were teased with, but that might be a throw pick, especially against somebody like Sephiroth. But either way, I definitely think we're going to be seeing the same rosters here. If we don't, that'll really be surprising to me.
Yeah, I mean, the one counter pick that I'm looking for is that Pyramithra. Pyramithra is a character that truly doesn't let other characters play the game just because of how little lag everything it's lagless and it's disjointed. That is Mithra. She will literally frame trap you by accident, and that means you literally can't do anything because she throws out moves too fast.
Yeah, and it's so scary as well because any other kind of form change, whatever it's called, character that we've seen in the history of Smash, there is always kind of one stronger, one weaker, right? And instead, now we're seeing a different variation of just 2 very strong characters that happen to be connected to one another. They definitely play in different play styles as well. Pyra, heavy, hits like a truck, right? Mithra, a little bit lighter, a little bit faster, doesn't hit as hard. So we've seen people, specialize one or the other. We know MKLeo often referred to as a Pyra main rather than a Pyra-Mithra main because he really always seems to lock in that Pyra. And I've seen people only play Mithra, and of course we've seen people play all the way across the board. However, do you think with the characters on the opposite side of the roster here, are we more likely to see one over the other?
Well, I always favor the Pyra, or the Mithra rather. But the thing for me, heavies and big sword characters like Ike, like Ganondorf, people like them, they get massive mileage off of figuring out your habits and getting a hard punish. There is only one character in the game who can play a fast hit-and-run character until they figure out your habits and then punish them with a heavy sword, and that is Pyramithra.
Yeah. Absolutely. They can play floaty, they can play dodgy, they can play as slow as they need. Like you said, they can read you like a children's book, and then they swap to Pyra, they poke you in the stomach, and you fly into the blast zone. So we're going to have to see if that Pyramithra makes an appearance. I'm very excited to see if it does. However, I'm going to make sure I say this correctly. We also haven't seen, there's a different Sephiroth in the mix somewhere. There's that Pyramithra we were expecting. Let's see, what else? There's a lot thrown out from Randolph-Macon. They sent us a Little Mac we might not, or a Little Mac we might see. A Korin would be interesting. I mean, there's a lot on the table here that we saw 6 characters. We could see 6 completely different, we saw 6 characters. We could see 6 completely different characters here in Game 2. It really comes down to how comfortable these people are feeling.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, with a player of like Smiley, who I think is coming in first, on that Piranha Plant, that's usually the kind of character that is your main. That is who you are. Well, you're sticking to them. You're rooted. Whereas I feel like all of these people have 2 top tiers. Well, I don't feel like. I know that every single player has 2 top tiers that they just use to cover every matchup.
Yeah.
So, Ilish, I like the Wolf better for the Piranha Plant, but I would not blame them for switching it up. Okay, well.
Oh, no way. I didn't even say Little Mac. Like, I chose not to because I was like, no, there's no way they play Little Mac, right? But, I mean, Ilish, you might as well not let go of that B button. This is going to be... Wait, hello?
What? Huh?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Like I said, every matchup is winnable when you're stock down.
I mean, let's hope so, Killer Miles, because that is such a horrible way to start a matchup. Holy cow. Against a Little Mac, nonetheless, getting pineapple underneath the stage, and all of a sudden, Ilish staring a serious deficit in the face, just stuck in an uphill battle.
Yeah, and right here, right now, you can see them slowing the pace of the game down a little bit. They have their back facing the Little Mac because they want to be able to have that back air as an easily accessible move. They're just shutting down all the approaches with the laser. Playing this slow game, I mean... it just gives Smiley more time to figure you out, especially when you're going for crazy recoveries like that. What was that?
This has been interesting to say the least. And Smiley just walks up and finds the KO punch. I made a joke about a Little Mac at the beginning, and Smiley, I mean, clearly did not like it because he has proven to show me that Little Mac can be played on PSU against a character like Wolf as well. I want to see more side Bs coming out. I want to see some more neutrals. And now that Ilish has, had Little Mac off stage, that's where you thrive. That's where you should rush to succeed and, find that stock early.
You know, in game 1 where I called out Illish for not having the best ground game, and that's why they were getting anti-aired by the Piranha Plant? Well, apparently Smiley called them out on it too, but instead of just continuing to anti-air them, they're like, if you're not going to use the ground, it's free real estate,
We will. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. If you won't, we will. I mean, we are definitely seeing that right now. RMC Smiley bringing out a Little Mac. Not only bringing out a Little Mac, possibly 3-stocking with him nonetheless. Oh, that is blink and you miss it. Illish down the drain. Smiley getting close, but not losing a single stock along the way. Oh, what a rough start for SCSU, and they're already down a full set.
Oh, no. That hurts.
Oh, no, is all that can be said.
That
Honestly.
hurts. That hurts, Septilence, because when you go down that initial stock, I don't know if you saw what happened, but pretty much what happened is they got hit by, I think it was a dash attack or a side B. It did 17% from the Little Mac. And what did they do? They tried to tech it, but they went off stage, so they neutral air dodged instead. And then in the panic option, I don't know where the jump went. Maybe they just didn't use it. Maybe it got burned somewhere around. Maybe
I think it was burned.
But they didn't have the jump, so they went.
Right.
They didn't have a chance to kind of reposition in the air. Wolf doesn't actually have that many angles on the up B. That is something you have to be aware of. So if you can't reposition in the air, it's not like Fox where you can, you know, get off flowchart. What's it like? 276 angles or whatnot. No, Wolf just has the 8. So if none of those 8 line up, you just have to hope you've right up the side of the stage, and Pokemon Stadium 2 is not going to let you do that.
Yeah, Pokemon Stadium 2 is not going to help you out at all when you're caught underneath the stage like that. And of all characters for that to happen to, it wasn't, you know, a villager. It wasn't King K. Rool. It wasn't a Piranha Plant. Somebody that can recover from the depths themselves and be fine. It was a Wolf who's not exactly notorious for having a strong recovery there. And I'm dumbfounded. I'm baffled. I'm bamboozled, and so much more. This has just been, I mean, what a way to start a crew battle.
And now you've got an even game against the Little Mac coming up. On paper, I would say any of these characters could do well, but I feel like the player who would do well is definitely Valk, so keep the same order. Because, well, the Palutena, the way they played it was constant option coverage, and they didn't really get to play that game against the Min Min, because Min Min punishes you so hard for throwing out options from across the stage.
Right.
However, Little Mac can't punish you as easily. I mean, if there's any character who can just run up and punish you, it might be Little Mac. But in general, I feel like the constant option coverage, constantly having a hitbox out there, trying to keep them in the air, having the best juggle game in the game, those are assets that will demolish a Little Mac on paper. You can't let them get in your head, though, because they're 3 stocks up.
On paper and in real life are unfortunately very different things. I think we learned that kind of in the pudding there. You think Wolf's going to walk away hyper aggressive on a matchup against a Little Mac. I don't know if it's just personally me. I always think Little Mac just like, I'm like, oh, I'll win. It's Little Mac, right? Like, it's no big deal. But clearly, maybe that hubris gets the best of us sometimes. A very aggressive 3-stock. I can't talk about it enough. And I think we're still waiting on a new player to come in, a new character to be seen. But I'm not sure. I mean, who I'd follow up with other than that Palutena, Killamaz. I think you hit the nail right on the head. All right, Killamaz is going to try to hop back into us in just a couple of minutes. His webcam has abandoned him. So now you guys just get to look at me instead. Hey-oh, I'm down here. We are waiting for him to return. But it's going to be interesting to see what is brought to the table here. That Palutena is going to be an interesting choice against a character like Little Mac. And no, it's Snake. Hello? What? Okay, first of all, welcome back, Kilowilds. You have returned, my friend. Second of all, Snake v. Little Mac. Projectile City versus no projectiles in sight. Wow, this is going to be interesting.
And I like Snake because they are a top tier with one of the best built-in kill confirms in the game, that up tilt. And obviously, you've got great edge guarding. Oh no, they had the hard read, but the lag wasn't quite what they expected. Now, Little Mac is off stage, but you get a clean edge guard. Okay, that's exactly how you got to play it.
That's how you play on Snake. Honestly, that's just how you do it. Excuse me, that's how you play on Little Mac. You're able to find that back air, you knock him off, and his recovery is one of the worst, if not the worst, in the game. So you get him off stage, and he usually crumbles for it. I'd love to see some great value making an appearance now. Grab into back throw is not going to be able to find the value it wants yet, but Rhett's got to be comfortable. I mean, already looking better on this Snake than they were on the Pikachu. I'll say it. This has just been very clean. We can see this cool, calm, and collected play style. Here comes another side B, parried out. So we're going to get caught up by the projectile itself, and that is a second stock down the drain. 1-3 stock, maybe meeting another very quickly.
Yeah, this was the perfect counter pick, in my opinion.
100%.
Because of the amazing edge guarding ability. You've seen the Nikita off stage, but also, you notice they were countering too much? Well, just throw down the forward smash anytime you see a counter. No side B off stage right now. They go for the counter. They're able to get the uppy instead, though. Up smash not going to connect. Jab on shield. They're able to get the grab. I was worried right there, but they're able to get Weather the Storm. KO Punch is online.
Oh, no.
The last chance, but they're not able to make it back onto the stage. 3-stock answered by a 3-stock Septuence. South Connecticut State University is not out of this yet.
You really thought they would be after getting 3-stocked like that, but then Rhett says you thought that was a 3-stock. Watch this. 3-stocks. The person who 3-stocked in 1 minute and 19 seconds. Holy cow, almost fits into a Twitch clip at that point. Absolutely amazing gameplay. I'm stoked to see the Snake. I hope we continue to see the Snake because that is another character we don't see very often. Anybody who's been watching ECAC knows that my favorite matchups are the ones where we get characters we don't see super often, or the not so meta characters. I think they're the most fun, and holy cow, Rhett, I just, like you said, single-handedly brought them back into this game.
It was the forward smash callouts that really impressed me. Like, not to say generic Snake stuff isn't impressive, but a lot of what they were doing, attacking with the dash attack, using the grenade pressure, that was pretty standard Snake stuff. What they were doing in particular to call out the play style was the forward smashes, because it's an almost unusable move because of how long the startup is. I mean, he has to reach all the way into his bag, pull out the bazooka, aim it at the ground, and by the time it comes out, they're halfway to Timbuktu and back. But,
yeah,
well, when you're just waiting there, waiting to be hit with the counter out, it doesn't matter. You can't do anything, and it's the perfect timing. They messed it up the first time and never again.
Yeah, it was messed up once, like you said, literally not another time throughout that entire 3-stock. It was some great reads on the ledge as well. Caught out that first stock, blink and you missed a great back air, was able to catch it, and then it just became that projectile spam. And like I said right at the beginning of the game, Little Mac, 0 projectiles, so Snake got to take nothing but full advantage of that opportunity, and things looked really good there. All of a sudden, I mean, this is just, we're back to a fair game once again. I mean, do they take us all the way to a third set? Only time can tell.
And okay, it's been all different characters, so I'm hesitant to say the Min Min is coming out. But I feel like Min Min does do really well against Snake. Think about it. What's Snake's best kill confirm? The up tilt. And even though we didn't see it, yeah. Okay, so it's going to be the Sephiroth instead. Is this the same person? I actually don't know. But regardless... Okay. That's an interesting one right there. I thought Min Min would be very good, but they must know something I don't.
Min Min would definitely struggle on the engagements just due to natural projectiles and the ability to engage, but you know, Sephiroth can get up close and personal. A 6-foot sword is definitely going to help space out the Snake a little bit more than other characters might be able to. This is going to be weird, though. I definitely agree. This is not something we'd expect to see.
Ooh, and very nice. Another forward smash call out, and they get the 2-frame with the Nikita. They force an air dodge right there, but they're still able to get there to cover the ledge regardless, throwing them right off stage. High recovery right there, but they canceled the Nikita in time to survive.
They've canceled it. They've kept the dream alive, but 117 already for Kamislaman, who had a pretty positive game last time, was able to win the set for the team, able to deflect that side B, but it's just going to be that pressure on projectiles versus projectiles here in the form of Sephiroth's abilities. Going to be put to sleep, going to miss that up air, however, it might have been the up tilt. Back air does find an eliminator, does find some value. Oh, jumps right into the rocket, not able to find any footing there. Rhett, currently 4 stocks taken before losing even 1. Oh, that'll kill you, though. Never mind.
Ooh, I thought it was going to be a 3-stock again, and I think they had the momentum to do it. Now, you have the hard reset at center stage, but a grab opens up you for more damage. The grenades actually interrupt any kind of follow-up you're going to have. I mean, 22% is nothing to scoff at, but Snake could have gotten more there, and now instead you're off stage, get caught placing that C4 by the up air. There's one thing Sephiroth can do, it's knock you out of the Cypher armor.
100%. Sephiroth will kick you in the teeth before you even know what hit you. Another great side B bouncing off the stage, and that will kill the Sephiroth. An amazing elimination coming out for Rhett there, who's going to be able to give themselves the lead once again. Quick jump over a grenade, going to be caught up by a grab into a different grenade, however. Already up to 30% on that final stock, and the recovery, it's a pretty good one, but you really shouldn't be risking it like that, especially when you've got no more stocks to work with. I'm surprised to not see the attempt at a down air. Could have caught him out before the recovery made an appearance, but now Cam is slamming an uphill climb, to say the least. A great read on the roll as well. Brett looking to take this stock away.
Center stage now dominated by that C4, which gives you the opening you need to get backstage control, but they love this dash attack. They're relying on it maybe a little too much. It's a great movement option for sure, but it feels like Kamislama is starting to call it out as Rhett now gets caught by the Shadow Flare. Puts them at disadvantage. They have to stay on that platform.
Yeah, the Shadow Flare is going to be able to rack up a little bit of extra percent here out of the Snake. Short hop over the Rocket's going to be a dangerous maneuver, but one that works out well at the end of the day. Grabbing a forward throw into Rocket once again. The recovery is there, just barely dodging that projectile. I'm not even sure they were aware that it hadn't fallen yet. 130 to 120, but there it is. Talked about it right at the beginning of the last game. The up tilt's going to be there to send Kamislama into the stratosphere. Rhett walking away with another game win.
Yeah, wow. Connecticut State really bringing this back on the back of a Snake. And they really don't have any clear answers to it. I mean, it's just, again, swing after swing after swing is connecting with nothing but air at best. And at worst, it's connecting with a Nikita or a grenade, which just does more damage to you.
Yeah, this has been... I mean, Rhett, you've got to wonder why they didn't play Snake earlier. The Pikachu was not nearly as polished or as good-looking as this Snake so far, and I'd love to see Rhett bringing out for the third and possibly final matchup, whoever the final player on the side of the RMC is going to be, is they've got, you know, what, 5 stocks to get rid of? It's going to be very difficult to turn this one around and help your team win it 2-0. This feels like we're going to be going all the way to that third set.
And I feel like the Sephiroth is going to be coming out again, and I do think it has the chance to get some mileage. I mean... take a look at how it played last time, getting edge guards on Pikachu. You can definitely do the same with a slower recovery as Snakes, especially if you're hitting the tippers on those forward airs, on the back airs. You're knocking them out of the Cypher armor as quick as you can. There's definitely a shot right there. But it is 5 stocks. And Sephiroth is a glass cannon.
Yeah.
Literally, for some reason, one of the lightest characters in the game. They're a light midweight.
Yeah, absolutely. Sephiroth is deceptively light, and it can definitely come back to bite you. Glass Cannon, I think, is a great descriptor there for what Sephiroth can bring to the table. But this Snake so far, I mean, he's heavy. He hits like a truck. He's got a great recovery. Really a great character, but the skill floor is so low. However, shut up. Let's just stop talking about anything we're going to be seeing from Sephiroth. We've got a different sword fighter, Kill 'em Mouse, if I'm not mistaken, one of your favorites, Lucina, making an appearance here.
Mrs. Bread and Butter Knife herself right here, as she has the ground speed to get in on Snake, the hitboxes to contest with him, and is a great coverall for whatever comes out next. I like the Lucina, also, because a better recovery. You are not going to get 2-framed by the Nikita? Yeah, might be a stage reset right here. But either way, I love the Lucina, because unlike the Sephiroth, who has startup on his recovery, like, no matter whether you do the fast one or slow one, you are sitting in the air for a second, long enough for the rocket to reach you. Lucina snaps right to ledge. More or less a teleport recovery with a bigger hitbox.
Right. I mean, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just so confused on what happened there. It looked like the game was going to be starting. They got rid of the first stock, and then they just, like, changed their mind and went for a stage reset instead. I have no idea. But, hey, I assume we're going to be jumping right back in. Yeah, it must have been a stage error kind of situation, but... I can't wait to see if this Lucina makes a difference. I mean, Better Marth is, I mean, one of my favorite sword fighters in the game, but we're going to have to see if Rhett can counter this appropriately. This is definitely unlike any other character they've played against tonight.
Yeah, I mean, unless we go back to the Sephiroth. Honestly, if you have the Lucina, I would go for the Lucina.
Sure,
I feel like the Sephiroth, you just saw them get edge guarded so hard. You don't put your faith in the fact that you can have a trickier recovery. Just go for the safer pick. But if your Sephiroth is also better, I mean, it tips the scales one way or the other. You can see they're thinking hard about it, though.
Yeah, definitely a lot of consideration, possibly some delegation with the team as well. And it looks like this is going to be Gwen from RMC. So swapping off the Min would be an interesting choice. Min was one of the most, if not the most effective character on the side of RMC last time we saw them in the first set. But yeah, a lot of thinking to be done here, a lot of careful calculations, because they know even if they get rid of the 2 stocks, 1 stock that Red has, they've got to get through a third complete and total full power player as well.
Yeah, and Snake is not a character you 2 stock.
Right.
Snake has a frame 1 combo breaker, a kill confirm, amazing edge guarding, and literally is a heavyweight. Legally, in the frame data, a heavyweight. You're not killing this character anytime soon. Heavier than Piranha Plant. And we talked about them. We hyped up their weight. Snake will not die. It's all the artillery he's carrying around.
Yeah. This is going to be... I keep saying this is going to be interesting because no matter what, the Snake is in such a good position. Like you said, Snake's not the type of character you just, very quickly 2 stock. It's going to require a lot of effort. It's going to require a lot of dedication. And even if you beat Rhett, if you got to get through a third player, most likely without all 3 stocks on the table, I'm curious what's going on the side of RMC right now, because I thought they were gonna, jump right back into the swing of things. Looks like we may finally be able to do so, and they're just gonna go with Lucina anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, I've got no idea. Maybe it was some stage shenanigans. Maybe someone ran to the bathroom. Either way, Lucina versus Snake on Pokemon Stadium 2 is going to be our pick right here. And 1 SD, not 2. Not 2. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. I saw them run over there. Oh. Gwen, we good? Gwen tried for the biggest mind game. Did you see that? They stood still and just waited, and they tried to grab as soon as Rhett jumped in.
Gwen going for that calm, cool, and collected gameplay, however, not something that's really going to work out. We do just be chilling.
Chat?
One of my personal favorite taunts in the game, the down chaunt from Snake. I honestly have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, so just a little update. We're just having a quick rules check based on something that happened with the SD. Should be over in just a moment. I thank you all for your patience as we get through this. I mean, we've already broken down this matchup a bit. One little factor I want to talk about, though, is Lucina does have the disjoints that the frame 1 combo breaker isn't actually quite as potent. It's not that she completely beats it out, but, I mean, in general, it's not as powerful. Like, it's not a reversal. It might just be a get-off-me tool, like you saw there.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to just be sticking to it, jumping right into the swing of things, and it's going to be Rhett v. Gwen, Lucina v. Snake. Now, just a classic return to that 1v1 we know and love, a 1-stock advantage for this Lucina, but as of right now, she's not able to do much with it. Going to be shield broke there. Oh, no! You got to hurry. Able to find some great damage, but just could not get them close enough to the ledge. Snake, one of the strongest recoveries in the game if he doesn't get Pineapple or 2-framed, but he gets 2-framed early on. And we talked about Snake, not the type of character you 2-stock, but we've never seen a Lucina like Gwen make an appearance so early on like this. Already 94% there. You found 1 stock. You've got to find 1 more to put this round away and carry yourself into that 3rd game.
Oh, C4 down there, and you knew Rhett wanted to use it, but instead they are just getting themselves juggled. Forward smash now sends them off. Goes a little too low, though, to get the punish, and now you're being ledge trapped by Snake. No time to set up any shenanigans, though. Instead, they're sent off. C4 not going to be detonated. They're going for the 2-frame again, and they don't miss those. They never miss those. It is a button check. It is a quick time event.
It is truly a QTE, Kilomiles. I could not have said it better. It is a quick time event that is practically unmess-upable. Not a word, but you know what I mean. Very difficult to mess up, very difficult to do wrong, and I just gotta say, Gwen, I mean, we've seen that 3 times in a row. All of a sudden, somebody 3 stocks, and they're back in it. Gwen's going all the way to the 3rd game, 3 stocks. This could still be a 2-0 for RMC.
Wow. I'm loving Lucina, too. I mean, the shield break, that is one thing. Snake is actually so susceptible to shield break septilance.
Yeah.
Because he's constantly detonating grenades on his own shield. So you don't even need a fully charged shield breaker to do it. Puff's Pound breaks Snake's shield half the time. Just because if you're not at full shield, those almost shield breaker moves they will do it. But that was a fully charged one. I think that was going to break it anyway.
Yeah, I think the shield, the shield takes even a little bit of damage. That's going to be enough to send it over the edge and knock you out of the park. And I liked the attempt to get them as close to the blast zone as possible, but Gwen knew the time, knew that they were running out to do any damage. They charged another neutral B. They were able to find it and really rack up some extra credit. They were able to find a stock soon after. This is all of a sudden looking very good for RMC. Gwen has been, I may go as far as to say the MVP of the round, at least so far in my opinion. We've seen some just very high quality gameplay with the Min, with the Lucina, just across the board has been dominant in this game.
And what I love is that I think it's the Min mentality, though they maybe started out on Lucina. They never overcommitted. They never let themselves get carried away by the flow, get torn out by the rapids. Did you see that whole juggle sequence where they kept Snake in the air with just up air, forward air, up air, forward air? Like, they just never overcommitted. It was not a combo. It was just a string that they kept extending, pulling, and they got like 70% off of it, and then a shield break.
Yeah, it was everything they could have asked for and more.
And now, I don't think you play characters. You try and find the weaknesses in their playstyle. At this point, you're starting to get used to the wacky matchups. You understand, but Lucina's fully fundamentals anyway, and she doesn't really lose that hard to anyone.
Right.
Like, there's no matchup that Lucina sees and she's like, oh no, not Palutena. Like, she might not win this matchup outright, but it's at worst, it's like, what, like 55-45? Like,
yeah, very much so. Lucina, that's part of the reason that what makes her so strong is there's nobody you look at in the game and you're like, oh, Lucina loses, like straight away. You know, she can definitely hold her own. She can fight her way through a lot of matchups and already racking up 25%. You know, not a lot, but already a quarter of the way to 100. Oh, please don't.
Oh, Septilence. It happened again.
I'm in physical pain. Oh,
it happened again, Septilence.
That
you can't
very
keep
well
getting away with it.
That very well may be the reason we go to a third set. That could be just the nail in the coffin here for RMC. They fought so aggressively, and Gwen just truly drops the ball there.
Yeah, and right here, right now, you can see they're going for some stuff, but all that Valk needs to do is just beat them out. Just beat them out with the dash tech, with the forward air. They don't have the range advantage, but half of their moves are invincible, so you don't need to outrange them. They are finished off right there with the up air 3 stocks to 1.
This is bleak, to say the very least. I mean, things looking so good for Gwen, but of course it's going to be Valkyrie to come through this powerhouse Palutena just to clean up Lucina and force us all the way to a third set, which feels seemingly inevitable. Gwen's going to have to do what feels impossible. Give us another 3 stock. We've seen so many tonight. Can Gwen give us one more?
It's definitely possible. Palutena forced towards the edge. You're able to punish the landing. Not quite. The shield goes unpunished, and you can see they're playing these platforms so the explosive flame isn't as much of a threat. It's the air dodge back to stage. They go for the edge guard, but not quite as easy to two-frame as Snake.
Yeah, definitely not as easy to two-frame as a Snake recovery, which is unbelievably predictable. And Gwen, I'm not sure what the mindset was, but I'm glad you found the kill. However, that does still guarantee a victory for SCSU, and it's going to force us to a third and final set.
I know exactly what the mindset was. Except, normally I don't like... I honestly don't like to harp on SDs too much, but one thing you may not know about me, I am a connoisseur of self-destructs. I will find ways to kill myself that you cannot fathom. And so I know exactly what happened right there. They ran to get the edge guard. And then they had a little bit of a whoopsie. They did not use their full hop. They used their double jump when they jumped off stage to get the back air on Palutena. And then they go to drift back to stage and they go, oh, I'll just double jump over there and up be back to stage. Perfect edge guard, it's fine. And you reach into your pocket, you find nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that you found the kill, but it hurts. It truly does. And the SD right at the beginning, facing the wrong way, you're not able to magnet hands back onto the stage. That hurts so unbelievably bad. But, you know, I guess we're going all the way back to a set 3. We're pulling everybody out of their graves. We're resetting them across the board. And it's going to come down to these next 3 matches on which one of these teams walks away victorious. It's been so back and forth the entire time. Who do you think we're going to be starting with to kick things off here in Game 3?
I feel like the one guarantee is Smiley.
Agreed.
I mean, whether it's Little Mac or what was it, Piranha Plant? Yeah. I feel like Smiley is a very good opener, and after you got a 3-stock to open it up, I can't imagine you would switch off. I would imagine that you would not go the Little Mac again, even though you got the 3-stock, because it was ultimately a net nothing.
Right.
The one thing I guarantee almost certainly that we're going to see again is that snake.
Yes. I think that is the one character that is almost a shoe-in. I think that Little Mac worked out really well, just, of course, due to fundamentals and just basic mechanics, but also due to that surprise factor. A lot of people don't expect to be going up against a Little Mac. You and I actually talked about that before the broadcast was, I play Alamar. I'm an Alf player, and I get that general advantage because a lot of people aren't at home practicing their Alf matchups. I think we see that same thing with Little Mac, but now that surprise factor is gone, Smiley's going to have to work a lot harder, and to work harder, I think Piranha Plant's going to be a little bit easier to do that with.
And once again, it's going to be Illish. Illish's ground game has gotten them first beaten and then destroyed.
Yeah.
They have a tool, though, to control it, and that is the laser. We saw that, it controls the ground for you. It is a slow-moving projectile, but not that slow. So it has all the benefits of being hard to really deal with if you're caught in a dash, but also you have to respect it. You have to respect the space that is given to it, because unless you have a reflector, that projectile is transcendent. It goes through any other projectiles. You're never going to beat it out except with a shield or a reflector.
Yeah, 100%. And that shield, the reflector may be making an appearance here. It very well may not. We're really going to have to wait and find out which one of these characters on both sides, which players are confident enough to be those openers. I think you're spot on. I think it's going to be Smiley. If it's not Smiley, it's going to be Rhett. And that just kind of feels like the way. Opening with a snake, though, I feel is very high risk, because if you lose such a powerhouse player early on, that can really hurt you down the line. Jumping back to our conversation about, the anchor, you want to move your anchor in the form of Rhett, who's been almost like a middleman anchor, which is a very weird thing to say, but every time Rhett makes an appearance, he gets the job done. So maybe we're going to see if they're going to be able to spice up their team comp, or if they're going to stick to what they know and just trust the system.
It's feasible as right now. Yeah, it's going to be a run back. Smiley, Illish. The opening match we've seen again and again and again. And I actually don't know. I think these might be the captains, which is a little odd because, no offense to them, but it's not especially typical that the captains are like the like taste tester that you send forward first. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
for sure.
They're leading as kings should, right at the front of the charge, and they also fall first. Sometimes in spectacular fashion. So we'll see how that goes again. I feel like you're not going to get by. No one gets 3-stocked by Little Mac twice. That is a statement I'm putting out there, Illish. I'm saying that right here on broadcast. No one does it.
In Illish's defense, it was a very close matchup. They only lost it via 3-stock because they SD'd and they pineappled themselves on the stage. Now, we're going to be seeing Kazuya v Sephiroth, so Smiley's still opening up here, and they're going to be on the Kazuya, but Illish back onto the Sephiroth. They are resetting. They put the wrong stage in, so
we're going to PS2.
Have to swap that up. Yeah, PS2 makes a little bit more sense, just content-wise.
Yep, as Kazuya versus Sephiroth. This is, if you've been keeping up on Smash YouTube, this is the battle of the privilege right here. Both of these have DLC privilege in the way that Kazuya anti-airs like a madman, has approach options that beat out everything, and, well, Kazuya is just the touch of death. They are a living explosion. Sephiroth has the best comeback factor in the game, and while they might not be an explosion, they have one in their pocket, and they're a glass cannon, as I had called out before.
Yeah, 100%. And don't forget Kazuya's, funny fist combo of pressing A 12 times. That can rack up like 65%, but instead it's going to be that neutral B opening things up early to find 13%, already turned around by that 6-foot blade, racking up a bit of damage of their own. Kazuya has to get up close and personal, has to really go in looking for some eliminations, and looks like they just might be able to find a couple. Illish, what? Hello?
Okay. There is some kind of dispute. I think. Ah, I see. Look. This isn't PS2. Look at the bottom of the stage. This is PlayStation 1.
We'll get it, folks. Stick with us. We'll get it. Give it third time's the charm. It's gonna be Smiley v Illish. They almost make it to the right map, but they picked Pokemon Stadium 1 instead. We're gonna be jumping right back into Pokemon Stadium 2, and hopefully it is the proper stage. Oh, Kilamile's camera has passed away on us. He's back.
I'm a little bit flickery. I'm a little bit flickery today. But listen. That'll all be fixed next season. Don't you worry about it, because right now, it is going to be, as we said, Kazuya v Sephiroth on PS2. Write it down.
Not 1,
Write it
not
down.
3, PS2.
All right. And again, honestly, at a high level, I favor Kazuya in this.
Yeah.
Just because Kazuya can get in and just demolish Sephiroth. I feel like Kazuya has a lot of kill confirms that wouldn't even work on other characters, because Sephiroth is tall and light. Is the ultimate bad combo if you don't want to die early.
Yeah, and I mean, we got to talk about Kazuya. Like I call his wind god fist the funny fist, and that kills it 45% on some characters. I mean, it's a very low kill confirm. Sephiroth, we talked about this earlier, incredibly light. So if we see that combo make an appearance, that could really work out well for this Kazuya. However, if this Sephiroth plays it slow, doesn't let him engage, doesn't let him press A 12 times, you could be able to turn this one around.
As they're playing the spacing game right now, and I'm not seeing a ton of crouch dashes right here. Just a lot of foxtrots, which is good, definitely good. But you need a better way in, and well, at the minute you just see, well, Smiley just kind of fishing for options right here. Maybe getting the feel for Kazuya again, because they are rarely a character you pick up without warm-up.
Yeah, very, very true. Kazuya is not a character you just throw into the ring unwarmed up, but it looks like we're going to be seeing Smiley try to do that. Illish now, I mean, in a good position for the first time in a long time. We've seen Illish with not the most fortunate games today, but right now, this Kazuya has been a field day. Goes up to 110, a great read there from Smiley to keep themselves alive, 120%. Not quite at that rage, but has that demon form ready. Oh, but the recovery just doesn't make the ledge. Illish gonna have a full stock advantage.
It's forward tilt the matchup right here. In the same way I told them to control the ground game, they're like, okay, no SDI right there. They're going to be taken down by the 10-hit combo, and they try to get back in, get the landing there, get a combo started right into the up smash.
Just a great turnaround there from Smiley. Had to play calm, cool, and collected. Had to make sure they didn't overplay their hand by any means, and it looks like they weren't going to be doing that yet. Now racked up with 36%. You just have to wait it out and see if they're able to turn this around once again. Kazuya can rack up wild, absurd amounts of damage, but he's got to get in. He's got to get close enough to do that, and we can already see that. I mean, Illish is working to make sure this Kazuya cannot get any value.
And, well, it doesn't feel like Smiley really has the touch of death. I haven't seen one electric wind god fist yet, Septilance. It feels like they're just playing fundamentals on Kazuya. Honestly, if you're going to do that, I was about to say Little Mac would be better. That's not true. But, I mean, Kazuya isn't the best character you could play if you're just trying to out-neutral your opponent.
Sure. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, Kazuya, you can't just be playing Kazuya and bringing out fundamentals only. You've got to be rocking with the combos, and right now it seems like he's really struggling to find those combos to succeed. However, you know, we always say better late than never. Maybe we're going to be seeing that a little bit later in the engagement. Both these characters still at 2 stocks. Some good opportunities here both ways.
Yeah, and we do have to talk about how Illish is using this triple jump. Sure, Kazuya has 2 wings in his special, but the 1 wing comes out on top when it comes to a comeback mechanic, plus just an all-around tool that Illish is using the triple jump to mix up your landings repeatedly, making it so hard for Kazuya to get those anti-airs, but when you're on the ground, there's no mix-up.
Yeah, that's going to be able to get that camera focus there. It's going to be a positive turnaround, to say the very least, and going to be able to find another one, but we're getting to that point where Kazuya's looking a wee bit predictable. I'll say it. He's using the same move over and over, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but as soon as Illish figures that out, Smiley's going to struggle to find these kill confirms once again.
Yes, the lasers are not working out in their favor, but that was an opportunity. They dropped shield, and it looked like the sword just cleaved right through it. As a dash check will finish them off. You're at a deficit right here, and Kazuya can capitalize, but you have a chance to bring this back. Illish looking to try and get their first win right here.
Yeah, 67%. I mean, if you play your cards right in any manner, you should be able to turn this around, but sometimes it's just going to be a little bit of damage that can take you over the edge. Kazuya, I've said this about several characters, but him, almost more than any, hits like a bus. So if you get caught by just a couple of these, like we keep calling it the funny fist or that 12-hit combo, that'll send you further than the stratosphere. You'll be entering a different planet's orbit. Smiley with that neutral B, however, is going to be able to find some opening engagements. Illish with a great float around. Great dodge once again from Smiley here. 125%. Can Illish find it? No, they are obliterated before our very eyes. Smiley going to be able to put that first round win away for RMC.
Yeah, Smiley once again holding it down in the beginning. Not another 3-stock. Illish brought it back. They showed their adaptation, but ultimately Illish was just capitalizing, I hate to say it, on the ground game. I mean, how did they get all of their kills, Septilance? They waited for a poorly spaced full hop aerial, and they up smashed. And they have been so good at calling out that weakness and capitalizing. And Sephiroth in particular is even worse than Wolf in that regard, because Wolf, while their moves don't have disjoint, they do last longer and they have bigger priority. Sephiroth, even though you have the disjoint, your one move that hits in a sort of diagonal as you approach people from a full hop is your Nair, which is literally gone in a snap. It's gone. Poof. And once that's gone, it's just a easy punish with the up smash.
Yeah, very much so. And I'm curious, I assume Rhett is going to be coming in next. I know that I believe 2 people are playing on Rhett's account, so it's not guaranteed that it's Rhett, but it makes sense. Rhett has been in the middle the entire time. I expect to see him in the middle once again. And, you know, if we're thinking Snake or Pikachu, kind of got rolled on Pikachu. I'd expect to be seeing the Snake make an appearance. I think almost found 2-3 stocks in a row with the Snake earlier, so we've seen the progress that can be made. So I highly suspect that's what we're going to be looking at, especially with the last game being as close as it is. You don't have to 3-stock, you just have to take one.
Yeah, and I think the Snake right here, it's vital because you saw how the Little Mac was destroyed by the projectiles.
Yeah.
Kazuya, believe it or not, if you are not a master of crouch dashing, which is a special technique that Kazuya has that lets him pass through projectiles, if you're not a master of that, which it did not seem that Smiley was, you are slower on the ground than Little Mac.
Yeah.
And while you have a little bit better aerial tools, I don't think that matters much when Snake is just going to up smash anyway.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, yeah, if he's just going to up smash anyway, there's not much you can do to dodge it or block it out. We're going to be playing a little bit slower here, much more calculation going into these character choices. We see Red finally going to be locked in. On the other side, okay, there it is. Both lock-ins. Kazuya v Snake. So we're spot on with our analysis here. It's going to be really interesting to see what this Kazuya can do. Is he going to rely on that neutral B even more than he was last game?
Yeah, I feel like you can get some good chip damage with that, but it's never going to kill Snake.
Right.
And every time you throw that out, it's an invitation for a grenade. Gonna be 1 stock versus 3 on this Snake here on Pokemon Stadium 2. Double checking. I think this is the second one. Yes, it is.
It looks like the second one. I believe it's Pokemon Stadium 2.
There's that neutral bit.
Yeah, that neutral B comes out early, but it doesn't land. Smiley goes for another one, already a third one even. So yeah, my analysis, my prediction was spot on. Smiley is just going to try to spam this neutral B as much as he can. However, already being caught out to 50%, yet to land a hit, but here comes that funny combo up to 37. All he had to do is press A 12 times. It looks like we're going to see a recovery coming in quick from Red. I think if Red just plays a long game, plays it slow, and doesn't let Smiley get close, it'll take a while, but he'll win this.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely feasible. As you can see, they're not overcommitting, just trying to use your tilts to poke safely, and the dash attack is a good burst option. They can kind of just get through anything Kazuya puts out. Kazuya, not a lot of really lingering tilts. I mean, they're amazing burst options, but if you call them out, you can pretty easily get the punish. As the Nikita comes out, they get the side B over the top of it, and now they want this grab. They want it badly, Septilance.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be looking for a grab kill here. We saw that Rhett really liked to utilize grabs as well in the last time we saw them, and I'm curious if they're going to kind of fall victim to that same playstyle once again, because it ended up costing them a lot, and it almost cost them a stock there. However, they're able to find the turnaround onto Smiley, a great side B, but an even better neutral B from Smiley to keep that dream alive, to space out the rocket a little bit. Oh, is that it? In the center stage? No, enough DI is going to be able to keep Snake alive. He's a heavy Snake at the very least. Pressing A 12 times might be a kill confirm. No, that doesn't have a lot of knockback on it either, but there it is. Finally, it's going to be that first stock taken offline by Red. from Rhett.
Not terrible right now, but Kazuya with Rage is a scary thing, especially when you keep getting caught by the 10-hit combo. Now, in the center stage, you're going to get caught by a back air. The Nikita is going to call out stalling in the air right there, but you're able to get around it. The hitbox on that up B saves their life.
Yeah, getting a little bit lucky there, but not lucky enough. Things looking okay for RMC. Smiley, the first player to go down. They were able to find 1 stock, I believe, in that matchup. So Rhett doesn't have all 3 stocks. However, we saw Rhett 3 stock a couple of times. So the number of stocks he has may not matter as much as we'd like it to. However, I mean, RMC, they're still technically in the lead right now. Let's see if they're able to keep it moving into this next game.
Yeah, as... Whoops, right here, right now, I have a good feeling about the snake, but it felt a little shaky as really I feel like it was just having trouble dealing with the laser. There are not a lot of characters who have an instant stage covering tool like that, but at the same time, it did feel like they were not really punishing the Kazuya as much as they would, and then they would just get caught by the guaranteed damage of the 10-hit combo.
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot of, I don't want to say predictability, but a lot of mistakes that I feel shouldn't have been made. You can zone out Kazuya very effectively on Snake, and it didn't feel like Rhett was even trying to. It felt like Rhett was going for a couple projectiles, and then like, oh, I'll follow up right away, I'll get some damage, but you lose kind of that close quarters combat matchup, right? I think I wanted to see a lot more down smashes. I wanted to see a lot more just grenades tossed instead of placed. I wanted to see some more C4 action as well. Maybe just some more baiting in general to force that Kazuya to play at your own speed rather than forcing yourself to play at his.
Very true, very true. As it looks like Gwen is going to come out again. I hope they stick to the Lucina. I really do.
Lucina was looking good.
It was really good until you got shaky. Until you SD'd twice. So as easy as it is to say, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just don't SD for
Just say no to jumping, using your jump off stage. But it is going to be the Min Min instead. I did say that I felt like, on paper, Snake wins this matchup because you just throw the grenades and Min Min can't do a lot about it. But if you get too predictable with that, you're just going to get caught by a smash attack.
Yeah,
I like
I don't hate this. I'll grab you and I'll throw you. I think Gwen might have a game plan if that call out has anything to do with it. I mean, I'm very curious to see. Min Min, her hitbox extends with her arms, so we're going to have to see if the grenades just kind of land on her time and time again. Is she really going to start to rack up some damage? Going to get caught above the snake, and 18%, that's by no means a death sentence. We're going to have to see what Gwen can do to turn it around. Playing a slow zoning game really might be the name of the game here. Every time she's engaged so far, she's taken damage.
And she's going for speed right now over damage with the Ram out. I'm not sure that's the option, as even though it's less reactable, you saw they hit them like 6 times and they only did 26 damage. That's not the kind of damage you want to do when you're trying to finish off a snake quickly, especially as you're now on ledge. That up smash went inches away from connecting. That is a fear factor right there.
Yeah, a make or break to say the very least, and this is going about as we would expect, all things considered. Snake on paper is expected to win this matchup, and Rhett, such an incredible Snake player that, you know, most likely going to win this matchup as well. Gwen's Min, I'll say not as strong as the Lucina we saw earlier, but still, you know, a strong contender to say the least. Just, you know, you technically lose this matchup, so it's going to be hard to turn around.
Yeah, I mean, Lucina was going to be hard too, but also
yeah, very
Lucina won in a 2-stock scenario last time. Not to dwell in the past, but I'm going to dwell in the past.
It doesn't hurt to dwell a little bit, right? I mean, just to analyze what we saw, the Lucina was a little bit more effective against the Snake, and, you know, maybe we see them going for that unpredictability play style. They played the matchup against the Snake, or excuse me, against the Lucina once, so maybe it was, oh, you know, they're ready for that matchup, let's bring something else to the table. However, that's something else really not working well for Gwen so far.
What they were doing right there, though, was really good. Remember, Rhett was actually the Pikachu player who could not deal with the delayed timings on Shield. If they're able to get Snake on ledge again, that's very good. Get caught by the up smash, very low right there, but Min Min can't really throw out an aerial without sacrificing the stock. Don't want to do that again.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be going for any accidental sacrifices here on the stock, especially because you've only got one left once again. I gotta say, if Gwen can find, if Gwen can do that, even if they lose this, they're not in a bad situation. If they win this, of course, they are, I mean, looking absolutely phenomenal for that third and final matchup. But, you know, even if they lose this, they've gotten Rhett down to 1 stock. Maybe, you know, maybe that third player from RMC is able to clean that stock up.
Maybe. As we can see, the pressure on Shield, spot dodge punished. Right now, Gwen trying to keep the run alive. This is going to be one of their last games. Oh, they're going to grab you. They're going to throw you. And the percent's even up.
The Dragon Breath Punch is going to be able to find some value there. Another one off stage. However, Snake has a great recovery. You're going to have to two-frame it. Oh, the Magnet Hands are going to be able to save Rhett's life. It's going to be down, grab into back throw. A great punch onto the rocket, but almost falls right into it. Where was the recovery? Nowhere in sight. A great attempt, but unfortunately, close is not going to cut it. Rhett is going to be able to carry the team SCSU into that third and, like I said, possibly final matchup. The final player from RMC, they have a Herculean task ahead of them.
Not only do you have to deal with Rhett, who has proven themselves to be a threat against everything except the Lucina, but then you have to deal with the anchor as well. Rhett was on 2 stocks, remember? They were the one at the deficit right there. And they used that slow pace. Honestly, they didn't even play that matchup like I thought they might.
Not at all.
They just choked out Min Min. Min Min never got a chance. When Min Min had Snake on ledge, Min Min was demolishing them. But Gwen wasn't quite as good at holding that ledge as they were with Lucina.
Yeah.
And now you're toast. You didn't get any 2 frames like you did with the sword. You didn't get any sort of mileage, and now you've left your team with a 1 stock Snape-shaped threat. I don't know. I don't think Rhett does everything.
I just noticed that Rhett, I definitely thought was going to play a lot faster with projectiles. I feel like Rhett really did play that slow, can't be play style. I thought it was going to be grenade, down smash, side B, grenade. You know, like that constant just peppering of these projectiles in really could have stacked up some extra damage. Maybe Rhett could have gotten away with keeping both stocks, but, you know, still in a technical advantage here. They've got 1 stock left. That is 4 stocks versus the 3 stocks that one player from RMC has here. Maybe they find Rhett early. They get they don't lose any stocks of their own, and they can tie things back up 3-3 in the final matchup. But things as of right now are looking very bleak for RMC in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, right here, right now. Okay, I'm not even going to try and speculate on characters. Why would I, given what they have given us before? I do want to talk about the Snake, though. Because the Snake, in my opinion, its prime strength is in get off me and edge guards. They're not really getting a ton of huge kill confirms off of the down throw. They're just tricking people with the up smash, and once they're off stage, thanks to a forward tilt or an up tilt conversion or something, it's Nikita time. And they hit 50% of the time, every time.
Yeah. 50% of the time, every time, absolutely. And we're going to be seeing finally some character lock-ins here. Sephiroth v Snake. Oh, that's all I can say. Oh.
Remember, have a flashback moment. The screen's rippling because this is what was called out previously. I think it was Camus Slammin' too.
It was. It absolutely was. I mean, Camus Slammin' came in game 1, absolutely tore it up, but they weren't playing against Rhett. And Rhett now has, you know, just that 1 stock, so not even those 2 stocks, but Camus Slammin' has to get through this, and then a third and final player on the side of SCSU. And this Sephiroth did not work well last time, Kilamiles. I mean, you were there for it. You saw it, same as me.
Yeah, there we go. No chance, though, of quick recovery. That is the most crucial thing. As long as you're quick, the Nikita can't come out. So, no multi-hit up B. Or unless you do it on stage like that.
Yeah, the Nikita definitely takes a little while to make an appearance. So if you can get in fast enough, if you can engage at the speed you need, it could be some positive progress. But already, Camus Lemon going to lose a stock, and that stock could come back to bite them in the butt at the very end of this. If we even see another matchup, Rhett is trying to single-handedly tear apart the roster of RMC.
They're doing somersaults across the stage, Septilence, again and again and again, flipping and tumbling around. But they're gonna send tumbling into the air after that up smash catches their landing. As, look at this, they're just pressuring with the grenades, percent stacking up. Only one more mistake before you're in Nikita percent again.
Oh, that's such a terrifying consideration. I mean, this stock has just been down the drain for Chemist Lemon. Great use of the iframes there, grabbing ledge to make sure that that wouldn't be able to pick up a little bit of extra damage. Ret up to 91, a recovery from RMC. I'm not sure why Chemist Lemon chose to up B there, but it was punished. However, as long as they don't lose the stock, the punishment doesn't matter. And Low goes for the spike through stage. I would have loved to see the short hop down air off the side of the platform there. Could have caught out the booster and kept the dream alive. And however, goes for that explosion instead. I mean, Chemist Lemon finally going to find that kill confirm going into the last matchup with a one stock disadvantage.
It was the one wing that gave them one crucial advantage there, Septilence. The entire game, they were getting tripped up by roll, 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 dash attack, roll, dash attack, dash attack, dash attack. What the forward smash does, what one wing does, is it gives you super armor on your forward smash. So that's why they were going for such a laggy option. It was because the weak hit of dash attack didn't do anything, and then you're just, sure, you take some damage. It doesn't matter though. You're just going to get smacked right off stage at that percent.
At least we didn't see the same story twice in a row, right? The Sephiroth, even with that disadvantage, or with that advantage in stocks, it got a little bit too close for comfort. They still had the one stock advantage. However, they won. They beat the snake this time. You know, we've got a new snake in the garden. It goes by the name of Sephiroth. Only one wing. The snake can fly, yada, yada. But jumping into this, they're going into a one stock disadvantage, and I can only hope that this works out well. I hope we get a series with 0 SDs, because I don't think we've seen any SDs yet here in Series 3.
Yeah, no, it's clean, calm, serious play for the most part, as I hate saying that because I feel like we just jinxed it, but I think it's going to be fine. All the nerves are on you, but you got to remember, we did see a 3-stock to 2 comeback on the Snake earlier. The Snake actually took 3 stocks, or 4 stocks, because they got the 3-stock even though they just had the 1 to play with. It's going to be the Palutena once again. Battle of the top tiers. Let's see how this shakes out.
I'm so unbelievably nervous for RMC right now. This Palutena, I mean, at the end of that last series was a terrifying force to be reckoned with. Valkyrie has been so powerful the entire series so far, but it's a 1-stock disadvantage for RMC. Can they turn this around? Can they break the curse that is Valkyrie here in this anchor position? Chemist Lemon starting strong, 29% already, goes for a 2-frame on ledge, not quite able to land it. Gonna miss a couple of engagements as well, some great spacing, some great micro changes here from Valkyrie as well. Gonna try to shield these, misses it, up to 60% here. Can Chemist Lemon capitalize?
Ooh!
Oh, they certainly can. Things tied up here, only a 30% difference.
Calls out the neutral air dodge with a hard up slash right there. And now, you tumble around the air, but you don't really mind. You're at a deficit anyway. It's more or less an even game right now. I mean, Palutena a definite advantage because of how light Sephiroth is. But Sephiroth can make that back in an instant with just 1 Shadow Flare.
Yeah, Sephiroth can make that back in, I mean, the blink of an eye to say the very least. Let's see if Chemist Lemon's going to be able to do that. However, this is a tall ask. They beat Ret already, the behemoth, the protector of SCSU. Can they get through Valkyrie, that unsung hero here in the back line? Only time will tell, and time is a ticking.
Yeah, time ticking down, but that is the sound of it going tick, tick, tock. As right now, Valkyrie, the wings are getting clipped just a little bit, as this one wing is proving to be almost impossible to be rid of.
Yeah, this one wing is making a world of difference, and Chemist Lemon, I mean, a sight to behold if they're able to pull this off. 4 stocks with 3 of their own. They come into this with a 1-stock disadvantage and have found a way to take the lead. We saw Valkyrie really tear it up earlier in the game 3 of last series, and that series 2 in the middle there, but now, I mean, Chemist Lemon has the download, as people often like to say, really coming in hot, able to find some great value, and fundamentals or not, Chemist Lemon, it is just their name on the game right now. However, they've got to rack up a little bit more damage. 144 is beyond kill percent, and now only 50% separate these two players. This is beyond anybody's game right now.
Last stock right here, folks, on small battlefield. Both these teams fighting for their life. And the Nair is the opener that you need. 68%. It's able to convert into a forward air. You're getting closer and closer to getting killed by any stray up B, which has been how they found a lot of their mileage, but now you're being juggled.
Juggle comes through. We are down to, what is that? I mean, 19% difference right now. All of a sudden, down to 4%. This is going to be down to the wire. Last stock, last hit scenario. Camus Lemon finds some great value up over 100%, but you've got to find that kill confirm. The dash attack not going to do it. Great DI there. Going to miss that forward air as well. The jab doesn't find the value it wants. You've got to play your cards right. Another short hop forward air is not going to be able to find the value that it wants. Down to the wire. 5 minutes left on the clock, so they can burn this as much as they need to the explosive flame up to 92%. Is that going to be it? No, over 100% themselves. A great short hop there. Going to use that double jump to keep themselves alive. The next hit could be the last. You never want to be above a Palutena in a situation like this one. An amazing shield comes through. The spike is not going to be able to find it yet. I am on the edge of my seat. Who is it? Oh! The 6-foot blade saves the day in RMC. They are going to be able to walk away with a 2-1 victory on the series.
That was some anime stuff right there, Septilant. Dashing in with the light up B right in front of them. Literally, more or less teleporting behind them. Not behind them, but
Nothing
behind the
personal,
explosive
kid.
flame. A discount wave dash landing right in front of them and seeing that they're still caught in the explosive flame lag. What do? They throw out the forward smash, the forward slash to finish them off. And it's going to be Randolph-Macon taking it home for their college and moving on through the ECAC final bracket.
The plot armor was real there. I mean, the anime protagonist armor made an appearance. I saw that trade and I was like, oh, Sephiroth's gone. It wasn't even a trade. It was just him getting a kill. So, chef's kiss. What a way to finish an amazing series. I believe we're going to throw it to a very short break before we get our interviewee in here. We're going to try to get an interviewee or an interview with somebody from RMC. So we're going to throw it to a very tiny break. We're going to get them in here. We'll be right back with that interview in just a couple of minutes. Don't go far.
Amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. Still Septilence and Killer Miles. You've been watching. You know who we are. But let's get to talk to somebody you might not know as much. We're going to be talking to Smiley from RMC, who gave us, a journey, an amazing performance today. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a couple of minutes. Smiley, a general question before we start off the interview. How are you? You guys win in a pretty close series there.
Intense. I have to thank my team for that. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it really came down to the wire.
Yeah, Gwen and Cam went off. Amazing.
Well,
absolutely.
Your team does also definitely have to thank you as well, because even though it kind of got undone, you had a 3-stock as Little Mac, and I'm not going to ask about that in particular, but what does it feel like when you get your team that 3-stock lead in a crew battle format like this?
Oh, it was an amazing feeling. I'm not going to lie. It was absolutely phenomenal. It's like, especially as Lil Mac, one of the worst, known as one of the worst characters in the game. To get a 3-stock on Wolf, on PS2, where he has all the disadvantages, and then that KO punch really just.
I even said it right at the start of your set. I was like, and Little Mac, really not a great character here, especially up against a Wolf. And then a minute later, the set was over, and I was like, never mind. I guess I have nothing else to say.
Yeah. Trust me, I was as surprised as you are.
Yeah, it was quick too. I think it was a minute and 10 seconds. It was fast. But I mean, it was amazing. So I want to ask, another question is, I think you guys have to go through either 4 or 5 more games before you can really solidify your spot there in those grand finals. How do you feel about your odds going into the rest of this tournament, the rest of the following weeks?
Oh, after tonight, I am excited to like see what we have in store. Because especially with Tundra, that was like his first time truly playing an ECAC match with Plant, and he just did amazing that first series. So I'm excited to get back to work and see what more we can pull out.
Hey, man. I think you definitely have what it takes. And that is one thing I want to ask. You don't have to say what they are, but is there anyone on your team in particular you want to gas up, that you think they are like a hidden boss, any secret strengths that you have? You don't have to reveal your secrets, but in general, anyone in particular?
I don't think it's anyone in particular. I just think this was going to be scared of all of us, especially after match tonight. We were an underdog going in, 82 seed, and like, hey, 3 stock on Little Mac.
Yeah, if people didn't know who you guys were, I think they do after tonight. A message was sent. I mean, you guys
100%.
went super close, but you had some very impressive matchups there in between. A lot of character swaps as well, which is something we don't see from a lot of teams this deep into the bracket. So that's just an exciting thing to see as well. You guys are, I don't want to call you a wild card. I don't want to take away from what you earned tonight, but you guys are definitely an unexpected up-and-comer here.
Well, yeah, especially like we went, our beginning of the season was terrible. We went had like a 3-loss streak. And then we came back with 3, like, just winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you think, so you had that winning streak. You think you're going to be carrying that momentum all the way through the bracket?
100%.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Can't wait to see what happens next. But Killer Miles, you got any other questions before we let Smiley go here?
Nah, I just want to wish you all good luck, and thank you so much for your time for joining us for this interview, Smiley.
Yeah, absolutely, Smiley. Thank you so much for joining us. A phenomenal job, and tell your teammates as well. You guys give us like an incredible show tonight. So thank you for that, and good luck in the future. Let's see you in the finals.
My pleasure.
And with that, folks, that is going to bring tonight to a close. One more big thank you. I know we had a couple of tech issues and whatnot, so just thank everybody so much for bearing through everything with us. We can only do what we can do, right? So we got it all to work. It was a wonderful night. Killer Miles, thank you so much for joining me. Colton, thank you for all your wonderful production, and everything around Killer Miles and myself, other than literally just us, is done by Colton. So thank you so much, Colton, for everything you're doing in the back line. If you want to follow Killer Miles or myself on our Twitters, they are directly above us. Or if you want to follow the channel, that would be super cool as well. All right, it's getting late here on the East Coast, so we're going to let all you folks go, and I'm going to go eat some dinner. But check your posture, drink some water, and don't forget to love each other. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some Valorant.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, there was